Hi, Dr. Brad, Advanced Pain Centers and APC weight loss. A topic I've wanted to cover for quite some time because I run into it quite frequently with people, especially my diabetics. Well, I'll ask, are you still consuming sugar? You're still on your medications. In fact, maybe they just got a new medication. And they say, no, I've cut down on all of that. It usually doesn't take me long. It takes me one or two questions to find out that actually they're still ingesting quite a number of sugars. They're just not fully aware of it. So we'll try to uncover a few of those today on where are they hidden, what kinds of foods, and things that we may be just day-to-day unknowingly eating or drinking. Let me start off with why this is important. Of course, it's important for those diabetics I was referring to, but obesity is growing, pardon the pun. Especially in our kids, it's rampant, and that's actually the fastest growing of the group of the age groups is our children. I'm shocked at some of the breakfasts and lunches that some of our children are eating that are just packed with sugar. So that's a huge concern. Another one is heart disease. This is still number one or number two, depending on whether it's cancer or heart disease. It's important because a lot of our sugar is responsible for this. So all the sugar that we take in that's excess turns into fat, which tends to stick to our organs, heart disease. NAFL, non-alcoholic fatty liver. This is getting to be another big problem. So this is liver damage when you don't even drink alcohol, perhaps. Other various forms of metabolic diseases and affecting all of our organs, really. When we intake too much sugar, it's a chronic inflammatory thing. So there's no limit to the different things it can affect all of our organ systems. You might be shocked to know that an average adult eats about 12 teaspoons of sugar a day, or about 60 grams. Now, to me, this seems low. There are just too many things that sugar is inside of that we are usually not even aware of. So I'm going to get to some of those here, some of those foods that you might want to think about if you're taking it. Let's start with coffee and tea. Coffee by itself, black coffee, or just plain tea, of course there's no issue with that whatsoever. It's usually things that we're adding in, including milk actually. So milk is got sugar inside of it. But more prevalent is, Starbucks and things like that, where it's as much as a soda, really. It's how much sugar is inside. Breakfast cereals, some of that what we supposedly call healthy breakfast cereals, just packed with sugar. It's very difficult to find a healthy cereal. In fact, I don't even know if one exists. But check the added sugars for that. And we'll talk about what to look for here in just a minute. Yogurt. It's really tough to find a good yogurt that doesn't have added sugar. I was just talking to someone today literally about that. Smoothies, whether we add ice cream, sherbet, that's full of sugar. Even fruits though, even if we think of it as a healthy smoothie, fruits have a lot of sugar in it. There's a difference, of course, but it's still sugar. Dried fruit, that can actually be coated with added sugar as well. Breads. So I'm not just referring to the breads which the starch turns into sugar. I'm talking about even added sugar into the baking process, which is in the majority of the breads that you'll find. Bars. So even so-called healthy bars, granola bars, or things that energy or protein bars, things that we would consider maybe a healthy snack, usually have a lot of extra sugar inside of it. Milk, Milo, and Yakult. Now, the Milo and Yakult, this is a big one because even Singapore and a lot of the world, there's this special symbol on it that actually says it's healthy for you, when in fact it's packed with sugar. And even the low sugar ones have a lot of sugar in it. And they also have something else, and it's called maltodextrin. Now, maltodextrin is a type of highly processed powder that's very sweet, and they don't have to call it sugar. And it has a higher insulin response than sugar, than glucose. So it's a very dangerous chemical, actually. Let's talk about what the hidden sugar, like if you're going to start reading these labels, what can you look out for? How can you check for your family and for yourself? Well, there's a few, first of all, there's about 62 plus different words or forms of sugar in our ingredients. But let me just give you a few things to look out for. Anything that ends in O's, we know glucose, fructose, sucrose, maltose. These, of course, are sugars. Anything with syrup, maple syrup, juice. You could say that it's got some sort of juice in there, which is basically a sweetener, sugar. Nectar, things like agave nectar, which sound really healthy, but all it is just processed sugar. Cane, anything with cane juice. Corn is a very cheap sweetener that is in a lot of things. Highly processed corn fructose syrup is one of those that you'll see in a ton of things. Maltodextrin, as I mentioned, and then there's anything with malt, barley malt is a sweetener as well. It sounds healthy again, doesn't it? So hopefully that was helpful on some of the things that you and your family can look out for as far as added sugar, because we want to watch out for all these different conditions, including obesity and diabetes and heart disease. If it was helpful, please comment and let us know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.